Hello and welcome back to the FS Football channel and today's Premier League preview. Now, of course, last week there wasn't many games. However, it was an important week and there was a week with a few surprises. The first shock coming in the Tottenham versus Fulham game where Ivan Cavaliero's header stole a point for the visitors at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And Crystal Palace also stole a point away to Arsenal. And big developments in the title race as Manchester United went 3 points clear at the top of the Premier League thanks to a Paul Pogba volley from the edge of the box, beating Burnley 1-0. Now, let's get into this week's fixtures. Wolves versus West Brom. West Brom did not play last week. Wolves did. Wolves lost to Everton 2-1. And I think in that week off, Fat Sam will be getting and drilling his team. Don't concede sloppy goals. And I don't think Wolves have much of a goal threat apart from set pieces. Meaning I think Wolves will struggle in this game against a West Brom team that will be defensively compact. And I feel like West Brom can and will grab something from this game. I'm going for a 1-1 draw. Leeds versus Brighton. Similarly to West Brom, Leeds coming to this game having not played last game week. Brighton, of course, did, and they did lose 1-0 to Manchester City. However, it could have been more if Raheem Sterling had not missed a 90th minute penalty. Like I said, Leeds did not play last weekend. However, their last results have been poor, losing 3-0 in the last two games, including that embarrassing result to Crawley in the FA Cup. Now, I think both teams will come to this game thinking they can win it. I think both play pretty good football. Marcelo Bielsa, of course, getting a lot of praise for their fantastic football this season. However, I don't think it will be enough to see Leeds win this game. I'm going for a 1-1 draw again. West Ham United versus Burnley. I think this is the type of game where West Ham have grinded out results this season. I feel like West Ham's done this a lot where they've not played particularly well, but they've defensively been good and they've scored a lucky goal, whether that is through Thomas Soucek, whether that's from an own goal, a Lanzini screamer against Tottenham. These are games where they haven't probably been a better team or the better side, but they've managed to find a victory. And I think that's going to be the case today. I think Burnley, they played well against Manchester United, but not exceptionally. And I think like just this is the type of game where traditionally West Ham have grounded something out of the game. So I'm going to go for a 1-0 West Ham United win. Fulham versus Chelsea. Fulham coming to this game off the back of a 1-0 draw with Tottenham, which they'll be very, very happy about. Well, Chelsea did not play last game week, meaning they've had a nice little break. And I think that was important for Frank Lampard. He can now get his team playing better football and playing the way he wants them to play. And I think they need to sort out their current form because it's not good enough. And I think Frank Lampard's managerial career at Chelsea depends on it. I feel like he's getting close to the sack. Chelsea are obviously well known for sacking managers. And Lampard will be coming close to that point. Fulham, they've proven this season that they're not the easiest place to go in. Obviously, they got a draw against Liverpool. They drew against Tottenham. So Fulham will fancy their chances of doing this again. However, I think Chelsea will just be too good. I think players like Timo Werner, Kai Havertz will eventually have to start hitting form. I feel like this is a fairly good game for him to do so. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 Chelsea win. Leicester City versus Southampton. Both teams have been very, very good this season. Have defied expectations this season and find themselves in very good position. Leicester find themselves in the top 4, while Southampton find them just outside it, but very close to it. Leicester and Southampton both won their last game. Southampton beating Liverpool, of course, and Newcastle facing defeat to Leicester. I think this would be a closer game. Well, I think it's going to be a close game. I think it would be closer if Danny Ings was available. Danny Ings has unfortunately tested positive for COVID-19, so we'll be out for this game. And I feel like that could see Southampton drop points in this game. And I think Leicester will take all three. I'm going for a 2-1 Leicester City win. Sheffield United versus Spurs. Sheffield United, of course, got their first win of the season last time out for a Billy Sharp penalty against Newcastle United, while Spurs drew to Fulham 1-1 thanks to an Ivan Cavaliero header. Now, Mourinho will give his team an absolute bollocking coming into this game. He will not be happy with dropping points to Fulham, who will be in a relegation scrap. That's not good enough for Tottenham Hotspur. And I feel like this is the perfect sort of game for Tottenham to come back in. I think Sheffield United, they're bottom for a reason. They're not very good. Like I said, I think this is the perfect game for Tottenham to come into, knowing that they've just had a disappointing result. And I think they will win this game. I think it will be a 3-0 Tottenham Hotspur win. Now it's the big game of the week and a big game for the title race. It's Liverpool versus Manchester United. Now, of course, I will be doing a match preview for this on Sunday. So please do tune into that if you want to know more about the game and a more in-depth analysis of the game. What do I think the score is going to be? Honestly, I think this game could go either way. I think Matip may be fit. So if he is fit, he'll go alongside Fabinho. But if he's not, then we'll either see probably someone like Jordan Henderson or someone like Reece Williams at centre-back for Liverpool, which means that defence is very gettable. I think even if Matip plays, he won't be fully fit and 100%, meaning he is still somewhat gettable. But I feel like I said, I feel like he can go either way, so I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. However, like I said, I can see Man United win it, I can see Liverpool winning it, and it will be a good game. So make sure you do tune in for my match watch along and my match preview for that game. Manchester City versus Crystal Palace. Now, Manchester City will be keeping a close eye on the game above, that being, of course, the Liverpool versus Manchester United game, because they are in a title race and they are in this title race. I feel like they're being counted out of it because they've got game in hands. But if they win their game in hands, they can go second. Well, if Manchester United don't win this game, if they win their game in hands, they can go top of the Premier League. So Manchester City are definitely in this title race and they'll be keeping an eye on that game at Anfield to see what happens. And I think Manchester City, obviously, they have a job to do. They need to beat Crystal Palace, and I think they will. I don't think Crystal Palace are amazing. They, of course, did get a draw against Arsenal. However, I feel like that Arsenal team weren't at their best, and I feel like Manchester City are just too good. I think defensively, they look outstanding and going forward. Everyone knows they're a team that can create chances and score goals. I think they'll do that. I think they're going to win 2-0. Arsenal versus Newcastle United. Arsenal comes to this game off the back of a disappointing draw to Crystal Palace. However, overall, their form's been good recently, and I think they did really miss Kieran Tierney. I think he's very important to not only how good they are defensively, but going forward, I think he creates a lot. And I think that allows Bukayo Saka to stay out on that right wing, where he's causing so much problems for opposition teams and being so good for Arsenal. So with Bukayo Saka able to stay out on the right wing, Tierney back at left back, whipping crosses into Lacazette, providing width, allowing Aubameyang to cut inside, Arsenal will win this game, and I think they'll win it pretty comfortably. You know what I feel about Newcastle. I don't think they're very good at all. So I think Arsenal will win this game. I'm going for a 3-0 Arsenal win. West Ham versus West Brom. Of course, both of these teams have already played this week, so this will be their second game of the game week. And I think this is the type of game West Ham will probably lose, to be honest. I feel like West Ham will be expected to win this game, especially due to West Brom's poor form at the moment. But I feel like West Brom will get something, and I feel like they will win it. I think Fat Sam has a point to prove of going back to one of his old stomping grounds, and West Brom need 3 points. And this type of game, like I said, I feel like West Ham often lose, and I think they will lose it again. I think West Brom will win it. I'm going for a 2-1 Baggies win. Leicester City versus Chelsea. Now, both these teams will be wanting to win today, and I think both teams will feel like they can. I feel Leicester, obviously, like I said earlier, they're in the top 4. They need to keep winning to remain and keep that top 4 spot. Well, Chelsea, they find themselves 2 points above Arsenal. Arsenal were being bantered earlier in the season for being a relegation scrap. What does that say about Chelsea? I feel like Chelsea, they're in danger of slipping further and further down the league. Like I said earlier, Lampard's job potentially is at risk, especially if they don't beat Fulham. So if they don't beat Fulham, this could be the final straw for Frank Lampard. So I think they both will will need a win. And I don't think either of them will get it, to be honest. I feel like both teams will come out into this game a bit nervy, a bit tentative, a bit standoffish, because they don't want to commit and then lose again. And I think both teams will do that. And I feel like that will cost both teams a game. I can see it being a 1-1 draw. Manchester City versus Aston Villa. I think both teams are actually very, very good. I think Manchester City are, of course, in a title race, as discussed before. And Villa will believe they can get into Europe after just narrowly surviving last season. I don't think Villa are an easy 3 points. They played well against Manchester United. They beat Arsenal, and of course they smashed Liverpool. So they're not an easy 3 points to these big sides. And I feel like there'll be that again. I feel like Manchester City's defence will get them through this game. However, I feel like that defence doesn't look like conceding any goals anytime soon. So despite the fact how good this Aston Villa attack is with Jack Grealish, with Ollie Watkins, I feel like Aston Villa won't have enough to try and pierce through that Manchester City defence of Ruben Diaz and John Stones. And I feel like Manchester City will win this game 1-0. Manchester United versus Fulham. Now, of course, I will be doing a match preview and a watch along for this game once again. So please do subscribe down below and turn the notification bell on so you do not miss that video when that comes out. But look, I think Manchester United will win this game. They need to keep on ticking over this title race. Keep it going. And like I said, we will win this game. I'm going for a 4-0 Manchester United win. Liverpool versus Burnley. Now, similarly to the Manchester United versus Fulham game, Liverpool need to win this game to keep their title hopes alive. Regardless of what the result is in their game before, they'll either only be level on points from Manchester United or they'll be below. So they need to keep winning to keep Manchester United at bay and potentially to keep track of Manchester City, who could be top of the league at this point. Burnley, again, they won't be an easy side, but I think with Burnley, they're going to look to sit deep and defend. And I feel like with Burnley, especially against this Liverpool side, once one goal comes, a lot will come. And I feel like that's going to be the case. I think Liverpool will win it and win it convincingly. I'm going for a 3-0 Liverpool win. Aston Villa versus Newcastle United. I think Aston Villa have looked frightening at times going forward, especially with that attack of Jack Grealish, Ollie Watkins, El Ghazi, Ross Barkley. I think they've all looked fantastic. And like I said, we all know what I think about Newcastle. I think they're very poor. They'll sit deep, just try and defend. And I think Jack Grealish and his magic will thrive in this type of game. They'll sit deep, allowing Jack Grealish so much space to create. And I feel like Newcastle just won't be able to stop Jack Grealish from creating, scoring goals and providing goals. I feel like Newcastle will lose this game. So I'm going for a 2-0 Aston Villa win. And this week's player to watch will be Bruno Fernandes. Anything that usually happens good for Manchester United will come through the Portuguese player. And look, Manchester United have two huge games this week against Liverpool and Fulham. If Manchester United are to get something in that game against Liverpool, Bruno Fernandes will probably be key to it. He might score a penalty, might score a free kick, might score a long shot. We don't know. And in the Fulham game, like I said, I think we're going to win it 4-0. When Manchester United score 4 goals, it's very rare Bruno Fernandes does not get a goal or at least an assist. So I think he will be my player to watch. Anyway, I hope you have all enjoyed this video. If you have, please do hit that like button below. Subscribe if you're new and you haven't already. Like I said, please do turn the notification bell on so you don't miss my match previews for the Liverpool and Fulham game and my watch alongs for both them games as well. Anyway, this has been it. Thank you all for watching and I'll see you next time. Peace.